You know what blew my mind? A gas station janitor from Vermont accumulated $8 million, while a highly educated Merrill Lynch executive went bankrupt. But here's the kicker. This isn't a fluke. It's the rule. It's the psychology of money.
Wait, what? Did she just say a janitor beat a Wall Street exec? This is gonna be good.
I'm Maida, and if you clicked on this video, you're probably tired of the same recycled financial advice that assumes success comes from complex strategies or genius-level IQ. Well, I'm about to shatter that myth completely. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to reveal the 5 psychological principles that separate the wealthy from the broke. Insights from Morgan Housel's groundbreaking book that Wall Street doesn't want you to know. This isn't about stock picking or crypto trading. This is about rewiring your financial brain, and this is the first step you have to take before diving into other financial concepts. And here's my promise. By the end of this video, you'll understand why behavior beats brains every single time, and you'll have a clear roadmap to master the psychology that actually builds wealth. No boring lectures, no complex formulas, just pure, actionable psychology that you can implement today.
Hold up, Maida. You're telling me that all those finance bros with their fancy degrees might be doing it wrong? This is either genius or madness, and I'm here for it.
Exactly, Bybot. And that's exactly why most people struggle with money. They focus on the wrong things entirely. First, let me tell you about Ronald Read and Richard Fosconi. 2 men whose stories will change how you think about money forever. Ronald Read was a janitor. High school education, worked at a gas station, lived modestly. His strategy? Buy blue chip stocks and hold them for decades. When he died at 92, he left $8 million to charity. Richard Fosconi, Harvard MBA, Merrill Lynch executive, 6-figure salary. He went bankrupt in 2008 because he couldn't control his spending and took on massive debt to maintain his lifestyle. The lesson? Financial success isn't about how smart you are. It's about how you behave. Read had patience and discipline. Fosconi had education, but lacked emotional control.
Wait. You're telling me the janitor outperformed the Harvard MBA? That's like saying I could beat Einstein at chess just by being patient. Actually, could I?
Bybot. That's exactly the point. Intelligence without emotional discipline is like having a Ferrari with no brakes, dangerous and expensive. Do you know the difference between looking rich and being rich? This is everything. When you see someone driving a $100,000 car, the only thing you know for sure is that they have $100,000 less than they had before, or probably $100,000 more in debt. True wealth is what you don't see. It's the money not spent on the fancy car, sitting in investments, growing compound interest. Mike Tyson made hundreds of millions but went broke because he confused looking rich with being rich. He bought gold bathtubs and Bengal tigers instead of building invisible assets. The wealthy understand this. People think your stuff is cool, not you. Real wealth is the security, options, and freedom that money provides when it's not being spent.
Hold up. Mike Tyson had tigers? That's actually pretty cool, but also financially terrifying. How much does tiger food cost?
Bybot, that's exactly the mindset that keeps people broke. Cool doesn't equal wealthy. Those tigers probably cost more to feed than most people's annual salary.
Note to myself, no tigers in my investment portfolio. Got it.
Here's a stat that will blow your mind. 99% of Warren Buffett's $160 billion net worth was earned after his 50th birthday. Some sources even claim that 98% came after he turned 65. Buffett isn't just a great investor. He's been consistently investing for over 75 years. This is the magic of compound interest. It's not about hitting home runs. It's about getting on base consistently for decades. Instead of trying to be the genius, focus on never being the stupid one. The secret isn't extraordinary returns, it's ordinary returns for an extraordinary amount of time. As Morgan Housel puts it in his book, just shut up and wait. Time is your greatest financial weapon, but only if you start using it.
Wait, so Buffett made most of his money as a senior citizen? That's like saying, I'll peak at 127 years old? There's hope for all of us.
Exactly, Baybot. The earlier you start, the more time you have for compound interest to work its magic. It's like planting a money tree. The sooner you plant it, the bigger it grows.
So, what you're saying is, patience is literally profitable. My grandmother was right about everything.
The hardest financial skill isn't picking stocks or reading balance sheets or having information that no one else has. It's getting the goalpost to stop moving. Rajat Gupta had over $100 million. That should be enough for anyone, right? Wrong. His insatiable desire for more led him to insider trading, costing him his fortune, reputation, and freedom. In a world of social media and constant comparison, enough becomes a moving target. You make 50K and want 75. You make 100K and want 150K. The cycle never ends unless you consciously break it. Define what enough means for you. Not what's enough for your neighbor or the influencers you follow, but what aligns with your actual values and goals. Once you know you're enough, you can stop chasing and start building.
$100 million wasn't enough? What was he planning to buy, the moon? I mean, I get wanting more bananas, but there's a limit.
But that's the trap. When you don't define your enough, you're always hungry for more. It's like eating without ever feeling full.
So it's like being at an all-you-can-eat buffet, but never knowing when to stop. That explains a lot about my relationship with both food and money.
What's the ultimate goal of money? It's not a bigger house or a faster car. It's freedom. The greatest intrinsic value of money is control over your time, the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, for as long as you want. This is what true wealth provides. Morgan Housel learned this during a grueling investment banking internship. Despite loving finance, he was miserable because he had no control over his time. Money used properly gives you back that most precious non-renewable resource, your time. Everything else, the cars, the houses, the gadgets, those are just stuff. Freedom is the real prize.
Freedom! That's what I'm talking about. Freedom to swing from tree to tree without worrying about rent. But seriously, time is the only thing we can't get more of, right?
Exactly, Bybot. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. That's why financial freedom is really about time freedom.
So money is like a time machine? Invest now, get more free time later? I'm sold.
Here's a bonus principle that could save your financial life. Always leave room for error. Life rarely goes according to plan. Did you know that during World War II, German tanks were defeated not by enemy fire, but by mice eating the electrical wiring? The unexpected always happens. This is why you need a margin of safety in your financial plans. Hold some cash, not just for emergencies, but for opportunities. Have a buffer between your expenses and your income. Build flexibility into your strategy, because the market doesn't care about your perfect plan.
Mice defeated tanks? That's the most David versus Goliath story I've ever heard. So what you're saying is, always expect the unexpected, mice?
Exactly. In finance, those mice could be a market crash, job loss, or global pandemic. Room for error is your financial insurance policy. Let's lock this in. We've just covered 6 psychological principles that separate the wealthy from the broke. 1. Your behavior matters more than your IQ. The janitor with discipline beats the MBA with ego every time. 2. Real wealth is invisible. It's what you don't spend, not what you show off. 3. Time is your secret weapon. Compound interest rewards patience, not genius. 4. Define your enough, or the goalpost will never stop moving. 5. Money's true purpose is buying freedom, control over your time and choices. And bonus, always leave room for error, because life loves to surprise us. These aren't just financial strategies. They're psychological frameworks that will rewire how you think about money forever.
So basically, be patient, be humble, be disciplined, know when to stop, seek freedom, and always expect chaos? Sounds like a recipe for both wealth and wisdom.
Vibot, you've got it. Psychology first, strategy second. Master your mind, master your money. Here's the reality check. While you've been watching this video, thousands of people are making the same psychological mistakes that keep them broke. They're chasing returns instead of building habits. They're spending to look rich instead of staying rich. They're letting emotions drive their financial decisions. They're looking for the next magic shiny thing. But you're different now. You have the psychological framework that actually builds wealth. The question is, what are you going to do with it? If you want to master your financial psychology completely, follow me and you'll understand why finance without psychology and self-development is just a different rat race. On this channel, I'll mix financial knowledge and MBA-like concepts with psychology frameworks and self-development help, because one won't give you any results without the other. Hit subscribe if this changed how you think about money, and tell me in the comments, which of these 6 principles hit you the hardest? I read every single comment. Remember, the secret to financial success isn't out there in some hidden formula, it's right here, within you. It's about mastering yourself.
And remember, folks, if a baboon can understand compound interest, so can you. Though I'm still working on that patience thing. Anyone got a banana?
Your financial future starts now. Let's build it together, one psychological principle at a time.